Yeah, beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Stay positive, hope, and keep faith. Stand strong against any odds that you face. Put away the alcohol and the drugs. Fill your time with the things you love. Addiction is tough, but it's worth the work. Treat your body what it's worth. Spread positivity, inspire all. If we stand together, we will never fall. I help others see the other sides to life. A sober life, letting go of the strife. So give me a call, I can help. 1-844-4405-HELP. Homeless shelters, hospitals, jails, wherever you are. I am Ralf Friedrichs and I am here for you. 1-844-405-HELP. Change your future, it starts today. Live life to the fullest, never skip a day. Create hope, spread positivity. Beat your addictions and negativity. Ralf Friedrichs is here for you. Call today so we can help you. 1-844-405-HELP. 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 We are here for you. Call us today.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you. And let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You try to lift the lid open or push the lid open, but the enormous weight upon the lid is preventing you from doing that. You just think today you're going to die. But then you say, maybe if I bang on the lid, I'll unsettle the dirt, and maybe somebody will notice and start digging their way down towards me to help me. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn. In reality, there are people standing by your grave. You just don't know that. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind when you were abusing drugs and alcohol, or if you're still abusing drugs and alcohol, that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and take something that was preciously given to you by the Lord Jesus Christ, your life. Not only do you take it away from yourself, but you selfishly, very selfishly, take it away from the people that love you most. Your children, your grandchildren, your mother, your father, your husband, your wife. With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be the person that I'm just reading about on these index cards that went to their grave still alive, thinking that they could reach out at that point. Instead, be the person that reaches out to someone like myself at 844-405-HELP, and I am standing by to help you take your life back before your life is gone. There are people like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. 516-458-2741, 516-458-2741. Larry Geis is an addiction recovery coach, a life coach. He will help you from your addiction to your recovery. He and I always tell people like you, it doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter where you're coming from or what your past might be. What matters most is that you're here today reaching for help. You want a better today and a brighter tomorrow. Larry Geis can be found at www.odysseyconsultant.org. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. He and I always are waiting for phone calls or text or emails from you folks. Folks, Larry will help you from your depression to happier times, from your low self-esteem to higher self-esteem, from your addiction to your recovery. He will set up a plan 24 hours at a time, I should say, to make your life a better life living sober in recovery. Call Larry Geis at 516-458-2741. Let Larry Geis help you take your life back. For anyone that's out there that has passive-aggressive behavior, today's topic is 7 reasons why people use passive-aggressive behavior, why passive aggression thrives in families, schools, relationships, and even in your office. Frustrating, confounding, relationship damaging. Effective passive behavior, aggressive behavior, is all of these things and many more. It is a deliberate and masked way to expressing covert feelings of anger that happens among both men and women in all civilized cultures at every social economic level. Why is this dysfunctional behavior so widespread? I will talk about 7 reasons why passive-aggressive behavior thrives in family, schools, and relationships, and even in your office. Number 1 is anger is socially unacceptable. Anger is a normal, natural human emotion, folks. It is, in fact, one of the most basic of all human experiences. Yet, from the very young age, many of us are bombarded with the message that anger is bad. During a period in our emotional development when we are highly susceptible to social pressure from parents, caregivers, and teachers, we learn that to be good, we must squash honest self-expression and hide angry feelings. Number 2, sugar-coated hostility is socially acceptable. When people learn that they cannot express their anger openly, honestly, and directly in relationships, the emotion doesn't just go away, it builds up. Rather, many of us learn to express it in alternative, covert, social acceptable ways, often through passive-aggressive behavior. Number 3, passive aggression is easier than assertiveness. In this day and age of Common Core, standardized tests, and race to the top, social skills instruction is often edged out by young people's or persons' formal education. Yet study after study shows that specific instruction in such soft skills as assertiveness, emotion management, and relationship building are essential to a person's development as any hardcore math reading skill. Kids are not born knowing how to communicate their feelings in direct, emotional, honest ways. Rather, assertiveness is a skill that needs to be taught and is best mastered through repetition. On the other hand, passive aggression behavior such as sulking, emotional withdrawal, and indirect communications are much more the mark of immature, untamed emotional expressions. Number 4, passive aggression is easily rationalized. A young girl doesn't feel like cleaning her room. When her parents insist, she pouts first, procrastinates second, and then shoves all the earthly possessions under her bed. When her father becomes irritated by her behavior, she feigns indignation. I don't know why you're so upset. I'm going to do as soon as I finish my homework. When her mother shows expiration at the alarming pile of dirty clothes peeking out from below her comforter, she plays the victim. Nothing I do is ever good enough for you, Mom. You just want me to be 100% perfect. With both parents, the girl rationalized her string of complainant divine behavior, casting herself in the role of the victim and blaming her parents' unreasonable demands and standards as the real issue, the real problem. Number 5, revenge is sweet. Passive aggression involves a variety of behavior designed to get back at a person without the recognizing the underlying anger that is within them. Jason feels overworked and under-acknowledged in the office. He calls out sick in 2 consecutive days, thereby missing a key deadline that sabotages his department's productivity and ultimately reflects poorly on his boss. The boss is overlooked for a promotion. Jason's mission is accomplished. As in this example, passive aggression is often a crime of omission. It is what Jason did not do that indirectly caused a major problem for the target of the unarticulated anger. Because it can be difficult to catch in the act and often impossible to discipline according to standard HR protocols, passive aggression behavior often exists as a perfect office crime. Number 6, passive aggression behavior is convenient. Not everyone who uses passive aggression behavior is passive aggression person. For example, a husband who typically communicates directly and honestly with his wife may not have the wherewith on the particular weekend day to say no to her request to fix the leaky faucet, so he promises to do it while making endless excuses to put it off in the future. The man is not passive-aggressive across the board, but on this day, when relaxing and avoiding a fight with his wife are top priorities, he chooses passive aggression as convenient behavior of the choice to appease her. Number 7, passive aggression can be very powerful. By denying feelings of anger, withdrawing from direct communication, casting themselves into the role of the victim, and sabotaging others' success, passive-aggressive persons create feelings in others of being an emotional roller coaster. Through intentional inefficiency, procrastination, allowing problems to escalate, and exacting hidden revenge, The passive-aggressive individual gets others to act out their hidden anger for them. This ability to control someone else's emotional response makes the passive-aggressive person feel very powerful. He or she becomes the puppeteer, the master of someone else's universe, and the controller of their behavior. In the short term, passive-aggression behavior can be more convenient than confrontation and generally require less skill than assertiveness. They allow a person to exact revenge from behind the safety of plausible excuses and to sit on the sofa all weekend long rather than complete a list of undesirable chores left for them. So, what's not to love? Truth be told, while momentarily satisfying or briefly convenient, in the long run, passive-aggression behavior is even more destructive to the interpersonal relationship than aggression. Over time, virtually all relationships with a person who is passive-aggressive becomes confusing, destructive, and dysfunctional. These are 7 reasons why people use passive-aggression behavior, why passive-aggression thrives in families, schools, relationships, and even on offices. Frustrating, confounding, relationship damaging, effective passive-aggressive behavior is all of these and many more. It is a deliberate and masked way to express covert feelings of anger that happens between both men and women in every civilized culture. Number 1 was anger and socially unacceptable. Anger is a normal, natural human emotion. What happens here is that when we don't let people express their emotion, it kind of builds up inside them, and the emotional development, when we are highly susceptible to social pressure from parents, caregivers, and teachers, finally comes and explodes, and then we utilize our aggressive or emotions in other ways. Number 2, sugar-coated hostility is socially acceptable. When people learn that they cannot express anger openly, honestly, and directly, they just figure, let's go a different route. Those emotions don't go away. Rather, many of us learn to express it in alternative ways. Number 3 was passive aggression is easier than assertiveness. In this day of age, in Common Core, standardized tests, the race to the top, social skills instruction is often edged out of young persons' formal education. So what needs to be done is that we need to be more assertive than show passive aggression. Number 4, passive aggression is easily rationalized. A person will turn and twist things around in their favor. For an example, if you ask your daughter or your son to clean their room and they stick everything under the bed, and then you go in there and you say, I need the laundry, and they said, why do you expect me to just drop everything I'm doing just now? You want me to be 100% perfect. I can't be that person. You as the person with the aggression, the passive aggression, become the victim. Although you're not, but you turn it that way. Number 5 is revenge is sweet. You could use revenge, passive aggression as revenge. In other words, I work in the office. My boss is constantly on my back, so I call in sick knowing that he has a deadline to meet. I call in sick for 2 days. He does not meet the deadline, and he misses out on a promotion. Now, I have used revenge with my passive aggression. Number 6, passive aggressive behavior is convenient. Not everyone who uses passive aggression behavior is a passive aggressive person. For example, a husband who typically communicates directly and his wife wants him to fix the faucet, he uses it conveniently to prolong what he needs to get done. And last but not least is passive aggression can be a powerful tool, folks. By denying feelings of anger, withdrawing from direct communication, casting themselves in a role of a victim, and sabotaging others' success, passive-aggressive persons create feelings and other being in the emotional roller coaster. Through an intentional inefficiency, procrastination, allowing problems to escalate, and exacting hidden revenge, the passive-aggressive individual gets others to act out their hidden anger for them. This ability to control someone else's emotional response makes the passive aggression person feel more powerful. He or she becomes your puppeteer, the master of someone else's universe and the controller of your behavior. In the short term, passive-aggressive behaviors can be more convenient than confrontational and generally require less skill than assertiveness. They allow a person to exact revenge from behind the safety of plausible excuses and to sit on the sofa all weekend long rather than complete a list of undesirable chores. So, what's not to love? Truth be told, while momentarily satisfying or briefly convenient, in the long run, passive aggression behavior is more destructive to the interpersonal relationships than the aggressions. Over time, virtually all relationships with a person who is passive aggressive become confusing, destructive, dysfunctional, and eventually the relationship is gone. Folks, if you have emotional issues, do a couple things. If they're minor ones, let them out. Whoever, whatever the situation is, address the subject. If you have them quite often on a daily basis, maybe with different people, you might need to go see a therapist or counselor. But whatever you do, don't hold it inside. Don't try to control other people, and don't get other people to do things that you want when they have their own life and they want to do things that they might want to do. I hope to God, no matter where you're watching me, that you all have the best day of your life. I hope to God that you have a great, sober rest of your life, and may God bless each and every one of you. Take care.
Yeah, change your future, it starts today. Live life to the fullest, never skip a day. Create hope, spread positivity. Beat your addictions and negativity. Ralf Friedrichs is here for you. Call today so we can help you. 1-844-405-HELP. 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 We are here for you. Call us today. The show is over, but your life starts today. Taking back your life's the only way. Keep faith, stay positive, push through. Take back your life, it starts with you. Alcohol and drugs can't control your life. Let go of the negative and the strife. Ralf Friedrichs is the man guiding your way. The show is over, but your life starts today. Call Ralf Friedrichs at 1-844-405-HELP. That's 1-844-405-HELP. We hope you love the show today and tune in next time. Take back your life today show with Ralf Friedrichs. Yeah.